Are you planning on taking a solo trip? And is this solo trip going to be during COVID-19? In this video, I am going to share with you some of the things that you should be aware of before taking that trip during COVID-19 on your own. Traveling during COVID-19 is getting safer and safer every day, but there are still quite a few things that you should be looking out for and being aware of before you take that trip. Now, being on your own, will give you a few more things that you have to be responsible for. You can't just split that up between you and your travel partner, but there are some great things that you can be checking out. Now, these are taken from my guide to traveling during COVID-19. You can definitely download that for free in the description below, and you'll have all of the information that I will provide, which is a lot more than what I'm just going to discuss in this video. Now, the first thing that you want to be looking at when you are planning your trip is your destination a hotspot. So is there a lot of COVID cases over there? What is it like? Are they letting people in? And definitely, are you vaccinated to be going over there if it is a hotspot? So you want to check to make sure that you have that information. Since we don't tend to get all of the information from all over the world, sometimes it's out of sight, out of mind, and you think everything is like back home where you're from, but you do need to check to see what those destinations look like. So either you want to weigh your risks and decide if that is still someplace that you want to go to, or if you want to pick a different destination that doesn't have quite a high risk over there. The second one is, do you have a flexible schedule? There are still things going on in the different countries and rules and things changing all of the time. So we're not out of the clear woods yet. So you want to make sure that you do have a flexible time schedule. So in case something gets delayed or you're needing to stay over in your destination a little bit longer if you get ill, or if you're not able to find a COVID test, or if things change about you coming back into your own country, you're needing, different tests before you come back. You want to make sure that you have the time and the ability to work with those schedules that can be changing. Not saying that it's going to change all the time, but it is the possibility still while we're doing traveling during COVID-19. Number 3 is, do you have extra funds in your bank to spend if need be? Now, like I just mentioned in tip number 2, you want to make sure that you have those extra funds there just in case, because things can change, can go wrong, and rules will change definitely still. So you want to make sure that you have enough money in the bank if you're needing to change your flight, if you're needing to change apartments or hotels and different things like that. Number 4 is what you should also be looking into before you leave is what you need to pre-book at your destination before you travel over there. Now, some of these things may just be the attractions that you're going to, so you may need to pre-book and book a specific time to go into these attractions, or it may be you may have to have reservations at restaurants. So it's going to be different in every country. You want to understand what those rules are that you need to do, because if you end up going to a country, you arrive there not realizing that you need to make reservations for all in dining restaurants, then you're going to be out of luck and you're going to be very hungry. So you want to understand what the rules are. If you need to book tickets in advance for any attractions, so that's timed and you're able to work it in within your schedule, make sure you have all this done prior to going, and then you're going to have a much less stress trip. And the last one is, how comfortable are you being in groups of people now? Since we have all been in bubbles for the last year and a half, It is something and sometimes jarring to be back in large groups. Now, you can work around this. You just have to decide when you're going. So you can go, instead of high season, go during low season or shoulder season. Or you can also vary your times of when you're going to go to the more popular places. So you go there either straight in the morning before a lot of people wake up. So you book your tickets first thing, or you go in the evenings when they are open. And if you're just looking to walk around popular streets and stuff like that, same thing applies. Get there earlier in the morning, and you're not going to have all of those people all around you all of the time. So it is completely understandable not wanting to be in large crowds, at least to begin with, until we get back to being comfortable doing that again. So I hope these give you some tips on how you should be planning your trip as a solo traveler. These will also apply if you are traveling with others as well, but you just want to make sure that you have all of these things in place so that you have a great time on your trip and that you feel comfortable and safe wherever you are. Now, again, if you are wanting some more tips about traveling during COVID-19, I'm going to put down the link in the description below for my free guide on traveling during COVID-19. If you have any other questions, please feel free to put them down below, and I'd love to answer those for you. Other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.